Hey, this is Daniel from the blue corner.
And John from the red corner.
And together, we're the purple corner.
Square.
Yeah, that's right. So,
yes.
We are coming to you today about March Madness of Board Gaming 2023. We've made 2 videos so far, and this is video 3. First video, we went through all of the contenders and our predictions.
Yep.
Second one, Chris joined us, and we talked about round 1 and round 2. Well, 1.1, 1.2.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's not how you keep track of March Madness stuff. It doesn't matter.
That's all right.
I'm not a sports ball person. All right, but this one, we are actually going to finish out the first round and look at all the predictions. So just real quick recap, this is a competition that we put up in our Facebook group, FBC Gamers, and the members of FBC Gamers will vote on which game they would either like the most or they would prefer to play. And then that determines the winner. So that's how we decided that. Also, everybody created their own prediction brackets. And
some people did.
Well, some people did. And that's also how we determined if things were like S tier, A tier, B tier, or F tier. So when we mention that throughout the game, you know where we got those statistics from. So, all right, without further ado, let's get into March Madness.
Let's do
board gaming. All right. So we're at Container versus State was round 3
yes,
for Joe's
yes,
division.
Yes.
And what do we got here? Who do you think won? Do you remember?
Well, I'm thinking the Estates won, and I think that's who I predicted.
Yeah, and the Estates was an A versus an F, so let's see who won here. We got Estates. It was close.
It was close.
Yes, so this one...
I literally never heard of Container, and it doesn't look very good from the box.
Oh, it's like a super crunchy, heavy Euro game. It's
yeah,
supposed to be incredibly good. So, but yeah, it doesn't make it around 1 instead of the lighter, but yet still crunchy Estates is going to make it to the next round.
It's got some good decisions, and then I think Estates might get some favoritism in our group. I think it gets played more in our group than maybe it does by a lot of people.
That is true. It is a favorite of many of us, so not just Joe. All right, next one was we're going to stay in Joe's division. We're going to do all of his. Roads and Boats versus Small City. Now this one, I really thought the art alone was going to favor Small City.
Oh, okay.
And also I think people would have also thought like, hey, maybe it's like Tiny Towns or something like that.
Yeah.
But no. Roads and Boats won handedly.
That's surprising.
Well,
I guess people have heard of it. It's like one of those Grail games. Roads and Boats is, and then people are like, well, Small City is probably like any other game you can pick up.
Yeah.
Which to me, that was enough for me to vote for it against Roads and Boats or Oars and Robots or whatever that cover says. I'm not really sure what that means.
That cover and title is just the worst.
Yes.
It is the worst thing that's ever happened to board gaming. All right. 1817, which 18XX versus Vinyos. I really thought 18XX had a chance here, but in the end, the wine drinking game won out.
Let there be wine.
That's right. I mean, I have heard this one is pretty good, and viticulture is loved by a lot of people in our group too.
Have you played Vinyos? You've not played
I've
Vinyos?
not.
Okay, I didn't know if it was similar to viticulture or not.
It's not. It's a Lacerda game. His is those super hefty games that take like 3 hours to play.
So I wouldn't like either one of those games.
I don't think you would. Maybe even 5 hours, like 18XX. So I don't know. It may not be 5 hours, but it's still crunchy. I don't think you'd enjoy it. So,
all right, Joe's bracket. Okay.
Yes. So this one was one of the more divisive ones. Age of Steam, chunky economic Euro versus Two Rooms and a Boom.
2 Rooms and a Boom.
Just a fun party game. This one we ran neck to neck for a while, but in the end, Two Rooms.
Oh wow,
did
2 Rooms
beat
boom.
Out. Yes,
there you go. Yep.
And I'll 19 to 15. This was one of our more voted upon ones as well. So I think people came out to support Two Rooms and a Boom. It's again, it's loved in our group. So it's understandable.
Good point. And then it's like and if you haven't played either one, it's like, well, it's another train game, or it looks like a fun party game that I've heard a lot about. So
that's right. So I like to do this. We had Container versus the Estates versus Road and Boats. Who do you think is going to win that matchup? We got Road and Boats being a B tier.
I think ordinarily I would go with Roads and Boats just because, like I say, it's that Grail game. But I think Estates has such a following in our group that I think it's going to get the edge on that one.
Maybe, but the way that people came out for Roads and Boats, I am a little
but it was against a game that people aren't that big about.
True, Small City.
I think people like it.
Though it is just fulfilling. Small City is fulfilling from Kickstarter, and Ryan just got his. It's actually sitting at Chris's house.
Oh, that's the one he got.
Yeah,
okay.
So I think
Unboxing.
it's there you go, and I think it's gonna get maybe next year we'll see it again on here, and
maybe
it'll get a better liking or rating. All right, so we had Vinyos and Two Rooms and a Boom. Who's winning that one? I think Two Rooms and a Boom still. I feel like Two Rooms in the Boom is going to go all the way up to
That's
Brass.
hard for me to think a party game is going to go that far.
But
it's not really technically a party game.
It's a party. It's a party game.
Yeah,
it's the best party game. Though.
I think Vinhos is probably going to take it.
All right. Well, we'll
people
see about
think,
that.
I like viticulture. I'm going to pick Vinhos. That's what people might say.
There you go. This was another one that was really funny because I mean Joe, he's is the heavy division, but he just had a couple of light ones in there.
Unlocking Two Rooms in a Boom.
This was another one.
It's got to throw a wrench in things.
But yeah, Unlock definitely won handedly on this one, 16-9. Dominant Species, while it is a loved game, it's only
loved by a niche.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's an area control Euro game.
Yeah.
Which it's aggressive. It's it actually does take 3 to 6 hours to play.
Wow.
And your whole game could be destroyed by a volcano that erupted when you flipped a card.
Great.
So like it's just it's an interesting game for sure. So
okay. Yeah, I've never played it. I don't think I've voted
Ooh,
for it.
and then this one, Root versus the Crew. Root is an S tier game. It was predicted to go to the Final Four by many, not to win though. I think it's just a little too niche, but it is beloved in our group. But the Crew, a trick-taking game. What do you think got it?
I think I remember the Crew took it, and I was surprised.
Yeah, that's right. Crew, 14 to 12.
It was close.
Yes. As you can notice, this one did not have a big turnout, though. So that may not speak very favorably to the Crew.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't carry their way.
That's right. And in case you're watching this and you're in our group, the polls close at 8 o'clock. If you're voting after 8 o'clock, your vote doesn't count.
Yeah. I'm thinking, wait a minute, we had 3 votes in a row. And it's like, no, it was after the polling closed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So,
missed the buzzer.
And I think... anyways, so some of these results could have been different if we kept them open until midnight, but we did not.
Yeah, it has to stop at some point.
All right, so now that we're done with this, the winners of Joe's, just as a recap, was Dungeons & Dragons, Brass, The Estates, Road and Boats, Vinhos, Two Rooms and a Boom, Unlock, and The Crew. Who do you think takes it? Who goes to the end?
Oh, out of his whole division?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Brass.
I think Brass. Yeah,
Brass.
That's the one I had. That's what I picked, so I'm sticking with it.
And if it doesn't, it's because of the Brass Haven debate.
It could be.
Somebody might just come in and be like, "No Brass for you."
All these Gloomhaven
haters
supporters.
Or lovers.
Not haters.
All right. Well, the next division we're gonna get to Cliffs. Mechs vs. Minions versus Splendor. Both of these have been in the competition. Splendor has been in the competition all 4 years, and it hasn't gotten very far.
No.
So I didn't know what to expect with this one, but in the end, Splendor did win. And if I remember correctly, this one had a surge at the end.
I think it did.
It was like tied, and then all of a sudden, 6 for Splendor. We're just like, whoa, what just happened? So,
and I think I would have probably voted for Mechs if I'd ever played it because I've heard good things about it. But I got to go with Splendor.
Gotcha.
Plus, if you haven't played Splendor with the expansions, it changes the game.
Okay,
it's really fun. It makes it a lot different.
Yeah. Well, if it's a different game, then maybe I'll like it.
You're still picking things the same way, but it changes it. But Splendor is one of those games that's like Willy Loman, if you're familiar with Death of a Salesman.
Oh, sure. Yes. Okay.
Liked, but not well liked.
Gotcha.
So we'll see how far it goes. This might be as far as it gets.
Yeah. All right. Jamaica versus San Juan. This one also was, this was a bracket destroyer.
Really?
Yes. With San Juan winning. Almost nobody predicted San Juan to win. It was absolutely just devastating for so many people's brackets.
13 beating the 4.
That's right. This was, San Juan was an F tier game. Jamaica was a B tier, but I say it crushed people. It didn't really crush anybody because nobody had it going very far. Yeah. But still, it was definitely a big upset. That's right. So we got Lost Cities and Ticket to Ride. Again, not a huge upset except for the people who had Lost Cities winning. Had it winning pretty far. Wow. So it did hurt a few people. But in the end, Ticket to Ride, 22 to Lost Cities, 15.
On that,
I don't remember either. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're supposed to do Splendor versus San Juan. Who's winning?
I think Splendor is getting the matchups it needs this year. Yeah. I think they're going to win that one.
Yep, I think so too. And then it would be...
The bracket is turning out nicely for them.
Yep, and then, Splendor... Okay, so the Bunny Kingdom versus Century Spice Road is on the match.
Yeah.
So let's assume Century wins. It's going to be a Century Splendor
versus Splendor.
And then
the matchup everybody's been waiting for.
That's right. Let's hope it happens. We'll find out. And then finally we'll know, did Century kill...
Did it take the place of Splendor? We'll know.
I don't think so. I think Splendor will beat it.
Ooh, well, let's hope they match it.
Yeah,
let's
okay.
Hope they match
let's
it.
hope. All right, Champions of Midgard and Seven Dragons. This was another one that was just had the obvious written all over it. Champions of Midgard's an S tier, Seven Dragons is an F tier, and that's how it played out.
They needed more dragons, as I said.
More dragons.
More. Maybe it was 17 dragons.
Maybe
they'd have a chance. But 7 didn't do it.
Did not do it. So 24 Midgard and 6 Seven Dragons. All right, Guildhall versus Stone Age. This one, again, was kind of predictable. Did not upset too many Apple cards here. And it was Stone Age 26
I just love
to
that
6.
face on Guildhall. I'm sorry.
It's wonderful. I mean, who went? Yes, he's the primary focus on this board game.
It's like he's playing a joke on someone, and that's his face.
Yes.
Like, I snuck into this picture.
That's right. Yeah, he photobombed in front of the photo. Yeah, so
that's exactly what it looks like.
But yeah, no, Stone Age. It swept in. Stone Age is an S tier game for this bracket, and based on its competition, I think it has a possibility to go all the way to the end.
Yep, a lot of people have played it, and so they're going to get some votes.
Do you think it beats Champions of Midgard?
I think it might.
I think it does, and I think it takes out Splendor or.
Ooh, you think so? No matter who wins that.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But now here's the question: does it beat Treasures and Traps for Small World?
That's tough because Treasures and Traps.
I didn't update it. No.
Oh, no.
No. Okay, ignore the screen. Treasures and Traps had 2.
Yes,
had
2 votes.
2 votes. It was almost the first time ever in history. It was a shutout. But fortunately, 2 people. I think one was your niece.
One was my niece. Yes.
So she saved it from a shutout. Yes. But sorry for the graphics. Small World definitely won handedly.
Yes, it was 28-2 or something.
That's right.
Like that. But Treasures and Traps just sounds like a cheesy game I would have played as a kid. I don't even know what it is.
I was trying to think. It's probably like this really fun game that everybody would enjoy if they played it. But yeah, I was trying to think of a description of Treasures and Traps. It would be like the equivalent of like a AA team playing against the Major League or something like that. It's like, what is it doing in this bracket?
Yeah.
What is it doing? Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to Andy's round 3. Glenmore versus Wonderland's War. This one was shocking. Number 3 will shock you.
I don't remember what that's so bad with my memory.
So I think the
won.
favored one won, but it was close. 15-12, and Glenmore at one point we had to go into extra innings on this one. Right. And Glenmore was tied, and it would overtime.
He's a baseball guy.
It's extra innings, and it was. Glenmore would have won, and if it did, it would have destroyed brackets.
That would have torn
absolutely tore it up. But fortunately, Wonderland's War did. But shows a lot of weakness there.
It does, but I mean, Glenmore, if you've played it, maybe a lot of people just played it in our group.
Yeah,
if you played it, you're going to like it.
It is. It's a good game, and it deserved even better.
You're looking at these pictures, and you've seen them both set up. You're probably picking Wonderland's War if you haven't played either one.
Yeah, I suppose. But Glenmore, that's a beautiful cover. You got to admit. Oh, I mean, it's like kind of plain, but that's pretty. It's pretty. It's pretty though.
Postcard. I don't want to play a postcard.
I want to play a postcard. I want to play it on a postcard. But yeah, Wonderland's War though is actually an A tier game. It's not an S tier.
Not even an S tier game.
No, it doesn't. Not a lot of people have it predicted to go to the end. So
right.
I'm sure Chris will be happy to hear that. So all right, Zolkin versus Agiza. The only thing that was shocking about this is how many people actually was praising Agiza in the comment section. Otherwise, Zolkin won 23-7.
Yeah.
But the people who picked Agiza, they were like, no, this game is great and everyone should play it. So I don't know, maybe I should give it a try. Maybe Andy's onto something.
Maybe he is.
But probably not. So Zolkin's one of our S tier games. Do you think Zolkin takes down Wonderland's War?
I think it does.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth.
Me too.
There's blood in the water there with their match against Glenmore. I mean, how much more well known and loved is Zolkin? So I got to think Zolkin's going to take it. I think I might have Zolkin coming out of this whole bracket. I can't remember.
You think so? It will go against, assuming Zolkin wins against Wonderland's War. It's going to go against Heaven and Ale and Concordia. And Concordia is another S tier game.
Yeah.
So let's assume Concordia wins. Concordia and Zolkin, which one wins?
I still think Zolkin wins.
Me too.
I could be wrong.
Me too. Which, if Concordia loses, that's going to destroy some brackets. I think it has one person. I know, right? Well, Zolkin, actually, either one, because both of those are picked by many.
Picked, yeah.
All right, Keyflower versus Prodigals Club. Now this one was the biggest upset of anything we've had before. Prodigals Club won 15-14. What? This one absolutely destroyed brackets. Nobody saw Prodigals Club coming. I'm going to say this is the Evans effect because Ryan and Laura Evans, they both really enjoy this game and they make everybody play it. And it's good. It's a really... Have you played this one?
What's the difference between that and...
Last Will?
Yeah.
Well, Prodigal... So Last Will is like you got to try to devalue your house and you're very focused on that. Prodigal's Club, you're focused on 3 other things about your popularity, about your oh my gosh, I just lost it. There's 3 other things that you're trying to also tank as well.
So you're not just trying to lose money. You're trying to
do other things as well.
Also be a bad person.
Yeah, and then the worst and the best thing you are scores. But what's cool about it is Lost Will can be a module in this game.
That's what I thought. Yep. So basically, I voted on Last Will because I never played Prodigal Club. I think I've heard they're enough alike that I was like, well, if I like that, I like.
Yeah,
this.
If you like Last Will, you need to get Prodigal Club to the table.
Which I shouldn't have apparently because I think I picked Keyflower to move on.
So. Oh, okay. Well, a lot of people did.
Like I say, I can't remember.
I know. I should have printed out our own brackets and figured it out. I just know my bracket's been destroyed.
Is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
I got nothing.
I don't think I'm doing too bad. But.
So, I had Root going pretty far.
Yeah.
I also had something else going pretty far that was beat, which we'll see here just in a moment. All right, so Form Trajana versus Bruges. Also, you can see in the background here, we have Hamburg, Amsterdam. I think Hamburg is the redo of Bruges.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's part of the city collection.
You think it is? Maybe if you broke it open, you'd know.
It's one of the 2. Well, I don't open games. Nobody has time for that.
Their value.
Well, this one, I tell you what, Andy praises Forum Trajana. I don't know what he sees in it.
Rallies are pretty bad.
Most people didn't either. They picked Bruges, which is a
they
far
also
superior
don't know
game.
About, but they
Bruges is popular and good. Get out of here with your
whatever you say.
With your Euro hate. All right, Pulsar versus Manhattan Project 2 Minutes to Midnight.
Yeah.
Or Manhattan Project 2
Minutes to Midnight. I don't know whichever one it is.
Well, Pulsar won.
Whichever one it is.
Which
Pulsar won.
Again,
I kind of thought would happen. I think I picked Minutes to Midnight. Because Pulsar just doesn't do it for me. But I would probably like it, though. Isn't it like dice drafting or something like that?
Yeah,
so
it's very abstract.
That. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just really abstract.
But I am surprised you picked Manhattan. Wait, did you pick Manhattan?
I know I picked it in the...
voted.
I don't know what I picked on my bracket.
Gotcha, but you voted for...
But I voted for Manhattan just because... I usually have fun for half the game.
Okay. Until the second half when you're like, wait, this goes on for how much longer?
Exactly. And I'm like, wait a minute. My plans aren't working out, and now I have to wait and to lose.
And I just want to be done with this at this point.
Yep.
All right, well, let's take a look at the next matchup. Ranjas of the Ganges versus Carcassonne. I
have a feeling this was really close.
This was very close, and this was the other one that destroyed me.
Oh, really?
And a tie.
Yeah.
Carcassonne lost. Now, this one also destroyed a lot of people as well.
I picked Carcassonne on this one.
I thought Carcassonne had it in the bag. I had no idea people like Ranjas of the Ganges this much.
I never heard people talking about that.
But per our rules, whatever is the highest seed gets the victory. So Rajas get the victory on this. And a lot of people were brackets were not happy.
It's been a long time since I played Carcassonne. I would imagine I prefer Rajas.
I don't know. But I prefer Carcassonne.
Do you?
Really? It's not a bad game. It's light. It's fun. It's quick. The Farmers is kind of weird in it, but other than that, which everybody says that about the Farmers. What's weird about it is like just seeing it. Like there's a way that you can like snipe other people's by getting more farms, but it's I feel like it's more. I say luck. It's not because people who've played it a long time they can do it, but it's like you have to see it, and it's such like a. It's like seeing through the Matrix or something.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah. All right. Next round, Serena. So this one, it was funny. I posted this whole bracket on a national Facebook group, and I said which one's going to win, and somebody said, "Well, Serena's bracket's going to win because of Too Many Bones."
Yeah, so they thought that was going to win the whole thing.
And I informed the guy that Too Many Bones got knocked out and won in the first round.
Yeah. And not even close.
Not even close. No, Arc Nova is a solid favor in this competition. Yeah. And actually, Serena's division has 3 S-tier games. Yep. So we'll see. Somebody's going to get sorely disappointed.
Yeah, they are.
And I will say this next. Oh, we did it. We forgot to do the potential matchups for Andy's.
We didn't do that.
Oh, well. It's done.
Yep.
All right. Red Cathedral versus Terraforming Mars. Another major upset as Red Cathedral beat the Ares Expedition.
Yes, it's Ares Expedition.
Ares. That is key, and that was important. And some people even changed their vote once they found out.
Once they figured that out.
That's right. So the Red Cathedral moves on. But
yeah, I think that would. I don't know. I assume I voted for Red Cathedral.
Yeah,
because that's. of the. I own Terraforming Mars Ares, and I'm trying to get rid of it. So.
Oh well, there you go.
So there we go. I'll trade it for Red Cathedral.
Well, do you think it's going to beat Ark Nova?
No, I do not.
Okay. Do you think Ark Nova can beat the previous bracket winners, Feast for Odin or Everdell?
I think it can beat Feast. I do not think it can beat Everdell.
Ark Nova versus Everdell. They are going to match up, and I will tell you, half of the people in our competition, no matter who loses, not half, but the majority of endgame votes were for Ark Nova and Everdell.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's right. So
their brackets will be busted.
That's right.
Actually, can we ride
okay, next one is Gizmos versus Grand Austria Hotel. Again, Grand Austria Hotel was competitor. It's been here the second year, and last year, when it was in here last time, it went to like the third round.
Oh, is that right?
It was right, but not this year. Gizmos!
You gotta be kidding me.
Gizmos!
What's wrong with these people?
This year has been awesome because a lot of people are voting, and also a lot of the ones that are predicted to win have been losing.
Yeah,
which I am happy about because there's potential cracks in our system. That's right. That's why there's potential cracks because if somebody wants to vote for what they picked for and they break that system, the whole system breaks. But when we see major upsets, it proves that it doesn't matter what you voted for on your prediction bracket, even if you go against the rules and vote based on your prediction and not what you want, it can still get overturned, and Grand Austria is an example of that. And Gizmos!
That's a sad one.
I've never seen it played. I see Grand Austria played all the time.
One of my favorite Euros is Grand Austria Hotel.
So, insane. All right, next one is Wayfarers for Space. This one, I thought Space had it in the bag handedly, but there was Wayfarers gave it up a competition, 17-12. Again, next year, Wayfarers wins this. Wayfarers is just, I think, too new, and not enough of our gamers have played it. So there you go. But I picked Wayfarers because Space can't be any good. If it's anything like Bad Company or Manchikoro, I don't want to play it.
Those aren't even similar.
No, I
Bad
heard.
Company and Manchikoro.
They are similar.
They're not similar.
They're similar. It's dice rolling garbage. All right. Next one is Teotihuacan versus Cascadia.
That's not Teotihuacan. Is that how you say that?
Teotihuacan.
All right.
Yeah, it is. That's the only one I actually know how to say because I've heard it so much, and it's kind of fun to say. It rolls off the tongue.
Gotcha.
So Teotihuacan versus Cascadia. Cascadia was favored to win, and it did not disappoint. This one, 24-7. Cascadia, it won a Spiel. It's pretty high in Board Game Geek. I don't think it's going to go very far, and it is a A-tier game for our competition.
Yeah. And
it just doesn't get out in our area.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
Don't see it played.
I never had the option to play it. I think one time I've seen it played where I could have played it, but I just didn't get to it.
I could have bought it.
Oh, there you go. Should have.
Yeah, probably maybe I should have.
All right. And then the last one is Castles of Burgundy versus Villagers. Yeah. And this is another one. Castles of Burgundy is an S tier game, and Villagers an F tier, and that's how the vote panned out.
That's pretty much how it worked.
That's right.
Pretty sure I voted for Villagers, but predicted Castles of Burgundy.
All right.
Villagers is like that fun game that I own it too, but
aren't you getting rid of it?
Yeah, it never gets played. It just never gets played. It's like, I don't know.
Well, and Andy has it too.
Andy has it, and he's got the deluxe version. Yeah. So it's like, well, I'm going to play it. I'm just going to play Andy's.
Can't play his non-deluxe garbage version.
He won't play it with me. Nobody that's played Andy's will play it with me. What are these? Cardboard coins? I'm not doing this.
No. We need poker chips or nothing. All right. So Castles of Burgundy won this one. In this half of the division, what do you think is going to win? Do you think Castles of Burgundy can be stopped by Cascadia, Space, or Gizmos?
Not Gizmos.
Not Gizmos. But hey, we didn't think it could take out Grand Austria, so who knows? Maybe Gizmos is the wild card in all of this.
It's the S tier for a reason. Yeah, so you got to think it's going to make it at least another round.
Yeah, I think it goes all the way to the end. I think it's Castles of Burgundy versus Everdell.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you think Elite 8?
Oh, not all the way. Elite 8. Okay. Everdell versus Castles of Burgundy. Everdell takes it down.
Castles should make it through their half of the division there.
Yeah.
It's Everdell and Ark Nova face off is the one that's going to be tough.
That's right. Castle has a weak division, so I think it's gonna soar to the top there. So, but on the other side, the division with Ark Nova, Everdell, and Feast. I mean.
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah. Give me a break.
Yeah, and then Castles is like, I'm just gonna just get to the final four guys.
Just on name alone.
Final 8. Thank you. See you later.
Just on Blue Blood reputation. That's right. Get through.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Treasure and Traps versus Small World. My what I wanted to equate to that was a buy round for Small World. It was a way for Small World to kind of boost its numbers.
It's like they were playing against the play-in game winner.
That's right. So, all right. Well, that's it for round 1 of FBC Gamers March Madness of Board Gaming.
We're into the field of 32.
That's right. On Monday, we get round 2 will begin. And there's 4 that, and we'll come back to you guys and talk about the winners of those. And you got any other comments or any insights about this whole thing?
I don't think so, other than just leave us some comments down below what you think might happen with these matchups. Are we off base? How we think these games are going to go?
Yeah.
What do you think?
All right. Well, until next time, we'll see you around the board.